Hello. This video is going to be about negative numbers. I'm just going to explain the concept, I guess, because it's pretty hard to grasp, honestly, especially if you've never really heard of them before. And then I'll just be explaining, like, kind of how to use them, where they come up in math, how you can play with them, work with them, and yeah, okay. So before I kind of go into that, I'm just going to use a quick example to maybe help you understand negatives more. So, like, let's say I have like $2, but I am in debt to Hauser with for $3. So I owe Hauser $3. So I can give him the $2 that I have now, right? $2, but I still owe him that $1. So, like, when I get more money from my job, I don't know, then once I get that money, I'm still gonna have to give Hauser that $1. So if I like get $10, then I'm really like getting $9 because I still have to give one to Hauser, or else it's gonna be really mad at me. So that's kind of like the concept of negative numbers. It's that feeling of being in debt, I guess. It's not just that I have $0 once I give my two to Hauser. It's that I owe him another one. And that's what that negative one is. I'm in debt. I have negative dollars. Okay, so that's one way of thinking about it. You can also kind of think of it as like the real number line, the number line that we're all used to, is going from 0 and it's going to positive infinity. They're literally infinite and uncountably infinite numbers going from here to positive infinity. And you could kind of just do the same, but on the other side, I guess. This is from 0 to positive infinity. That was a great infinity. This is from 0, but just in the opposite direction, I guess. I mean, if you can go one way, why not turn 180 degrees and then go the other way? If that makes sense. Alright, so there are a few rules when it comes to adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing negatives. But once you understand them, they're pretty intuitive, so you don't have to like memorize them or anything. So let's just start with something that we can all kind of grasp more easily, which is 5 minus 2. This is going to seem pretty basic, pretty elementary, but we have 5 and then minus 2, so it's 3, right? We know that. But then, what if we have a 5 plus a negative 2? So it's like, okay, we have a 5 and then plus a negative 2. So we're still really just subtracting 2. So we're going to get 3. So it's really helpful to think of the negative sign in terms of directions. So like, this is a 5. You're starting at 5. And then you go the negative direction 2 times. And we get 3. And then this is a 5. And then, oh look, we're going the positive direction. But actually, no, we're going the negative direction 2 times. So in this case, this would be like we're starting at 6. And then we're going 18 the negative direction, or to the left. So that would get us to be negative 12. And if you can't do this easily in your head, like you can't really see the number line very well, a really easy trick to do is to flip the signs of these. So this is like 18 minus 6, which we know is 12, and then just flip the sign because we know it's going to be negative anyways. So yeah, basically flip the sign twice, kind of. Okay, now we have a 7 minus a negative 4. So we're starting at 7. We're going the negative direction, but we're going the negative direction, and then we're going the negative direction again for minus 4. But that doesn't kind of make sense. So, like, think of this as, like, flipping directions. Like, okay, 7 going negative, but then, oh, look, we're flipping it again. So we're really just going up 4. So this is really just going to be 11. So another trick you can use when there's a double negative, we know that the negatives are going to cancel out because it's like you're changing direction twice, so you're just going to go in the original direction, kind of. Like, this also works with multiplication. If you have a negative 5, and then you're multiplying it by a negative 3, well, we're going to have this negative 5. And then we're just adding that to itself negative 3 times. So it's really going to be this negative 5 goes this way, because these negatives just make it go the positive direction because they cancel out. You can also think of it as like, okay, I don't know, I learned this trick in middle school, but like if this is a negative sign And this is a negative sign, because though it's a double negative, then they really change into a positive. That's one way of thinking about it. But for multiplication and division, if you just have one negative sign, that doesn't cancel out with anything, right? You have this 4, and then you're multiplying it by a negative 3. So it's only changing directions once. It's going to go the negative direction. So it's going to be a negative 12. So you have to keep that sign. Same thing with this negative 6 divided by 2. We have a negative 6, but we're dividing it by a positive 2. So we're just going to stay in that negative direction, and this is still going to be a negative